Start celebrating, guys. Pop those champagne corks. We've exited the 70s and entered the 1980s. This is part 6 of a 10-part series I started a number of weeks ago. This is the Scanlan's 1980s trading card set. It had 168 cards with 12 checklists, and this was the first set I can remember where there was chase cards. So you had an extra 7 cards that brought it up to 175 cards. If I turn to page 2 here, I've got a genuine wax wrapper from 1980. And if you see what it says there, Scanlan's 1980 Rugby League Football, cards with 1 stick bubblegum and extra cards. So grab yourself a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. If you've got some premium card sleeves, that'll help. Put aside 22 Ultra Pro pages. We're going to start from left to right, up and down. There is spots that will be blank, so if I call blank, just put a dash on the piece of paper you're writing the numbers on. Let's start from Jethro Gerard up there. 115, 117, 119, 114, 116, 118, 91, 85, 95. 90, 92, 94, 66, 68, 71. The North checklist facing that way, blank, and the St. George checklist facing that way. If you've got the wax wrapper, or if you want to take a photocopy, stick it in this section here. 106, 57, 113, 108, 110, 111, 93, 87, 89. 83, 86, 88, 60, 62, 64, 170, 169, and blank. Here's a couple of the chase cards here. So they finished at 168. Squadrito was the first at 169, and the Muggleton was at 170. 63, 61, 59, 35, 36, 33, 34, 37, and 81. Number 10, number 80, 82, 53, 55, 58, the East checklist facing left, blank, and then you've got 173, which is another chase card. 69, 67, 65, 29, 31, 105, 27, 30, 32. 4, 6, 8, 19, 5, 7, blank, the Manly checklist, and blank. 28, 42, 50, 164, 166, 26, 165, 167, and 25. 139, 142, number 2, 141, 143, 3, the Balmain checklist, blank, and the Penrith checklist. Number 56, number 70, number 84, 158, 160, 162, 159, 161, 163. 133, 135, 137, 134, 136, 138, blank, South checklist, and blank. 112, 154, 168, 152, 155, 156, 151, 153, and 157. Big Dallas Donnelly. 127, 129, 131, 128, 130, 132, the Parramatta checklist, blank, and the Newtown checklist. 14, 126, 140, 146, 148, 150, 145, 147, and 149. 120, 122, 124, 121, 123, 125, blank, the Cronulla checklist, blank. 52, 54, 72, 43, 45, 47, 44, 46, and 48. Big Magilla. 20, 22, 24, 15, 17, 23, 172, 174, and the Canterbury checklist. And these are your chase cards, 172, 174. 104, 107, 109, 103, 38, 40, 79, 39, and 41. Number 12, number 16, number 18, number 9, number 11, and number 13, number 1, number 98, and number 171. Another chase card there. 97, 100, 102, 96, 99, 101, 73, 75, and 77. Last page, 74, 76, 78, 49, 51, 21. The West checklist facing that way, 175 and 144. That was the last of the chase cards, Ross Wind Shuttle. Let me head over into the bedroom and I'll show you exactly what's on the back of this picture puzzle. If you thought 20 Ultra Pro pages was a lot, well, we now have to contend with 22. Just remember, this is the 1980 Scanlan set, which had the extra 7 chase cards. So my advice to you would be separate them into 2 lots. Over here, you'll have Jeff Gerard and you'll have your first 16. Find Tom Mooney and you'll have your further 6, bringing it to 22. Just place these to one side. These are relatively straightforward. It's like you're turning the pages of a book. So take this first page and just turn it like that. One up and one down. One up and one down. And what you'll get is you'll get 8 across and 2 down, bringing it to 16. There'll be 2 scenes from the 1979 Grand Final, one over this side and one over that side. Once that's completed, grab your secondary lot here and place them just under this lot. And the same thing, one up, one down. We'll complete this one, considering there's only 6 pages. And that will form the 3rd scene from the 1979 Grand Final. So you'll have 3 scenes in this one. So give me a moment and I'll put this whole thing together and I'll show you exactly what they look like. Wow, what an effort to put this together. I'm actually standing on my tippy toes to try to fit this into frame. Like everything from the 1980s, this is huge. So there's your 3 scenes. Have fun with Scanlan's Gum, 1979 Grand Final. 3 of those chase cards formed the St George Grand Final team from that year. Look at some of the names there. I think it's Stephen Edge, Robert Finch, who was Brett Finch's father, played for St George back then. We head over here. I think that's Rocket Ready. And down over here we've got Albert, Craig Young, Slippery Morris and Dr. George Paponis. So Canterbury lost this grand final in 1979 and they ended up winning the 1980 grand final against the Roosters the next year. Possibly could be some of the more chase cards under here. This is the games we used to play as children in the playground. We used to flick the cards on the asphalt and tread on them and bend them. Can you only imagine how many expensive cards were lost back in the day? What do you think, boys? You were huge in the 1980s. If Hannibal Smith was here right now, I know exactly what he'd say. I love it when a plan comes together. This wasn't easy putting all these reviews together. It was not easy putting every single set from the 10-part review together. I had to stand up on chairs to get still shots of these. Can you imagine trying to get a still shot of this? How high I'd have to be in this, I'd have to be close to the ceiling. But I managed to do it, and in every slideshow you'll see a still shot at the end of that video. So have a look in the comments. You'll find a link. It'll throw you to my star_scream channel. And the biggest selling single by an Australian artist in 1980 was I Got You from Split Ends. So until we see one another again on the next review, which will happen to be the 1981 Scanlan's bubblegum cards, adios.